visiting the Athonite Elder Dionysios and his story about Elder Paisios the Athonite. The Athonite Elder Dionysios, whom we visited in his cell above Charis, the capital of the Holy Mountain, greeted us warmly at the doorstep of his small chapel. It was a sunny afternoon. The elder was resting under an olive tree, and after we entered the chapel and venerated the icons, he gave us a moment of his time for a conversation. "Did you know Elder Paisios?" I asked, with our guide Costas translating. "I didn't just know him, he was my brother," the elder replied. We understood that Elder Dionysios was speaking about a spiritual kinship with Elder Paisios. "Geronda, could you tell us about him?" we asked. "He was a spiritual giant," the elder began. "He had many visions of the Theotokos and even of our Lord Jesus Christ," he continued. I heard this directly from him. Then he handed us a book in Greek about Elder Paisios. "Open it to page 102 and read," he instructed. Costas, a Pontic Greek, took the book from the elder's hands and began translating. The text described how, after a night vigil, Elder Paisios experienced a profound spiritual lightness that kept him from feeling tired. He decided to write down events related to the life of Elder Tikhon. While writing, a deep spiritual state overtook him, growing more intense as dawn approached. Around 5:30 a.m., as the dawn was breaking, Elder Paisios suddenly felt the curtain in his cell shift aside. The western wall of his cell seemed to disappear, and at a distance of 5 to 6 meters, he saw Christ in radiant light. The Lord appeared as he is often depicted in the icon of the prayer in Gethsemane, his face glowing. Elder Paisios wrote in a letter, "From the sight of his divine countenance, I felt as though I was dissolving. I cannot say how long it lasted, perhaps a minute or two. Then I stopped seeing him with my physical eyes, but continued to behold him with the eyes of my soul. His radiant face and divine beauty were imprinted on me. As King David wrote in the Psalms, 'Thou art fairer than the children of men.' It is unfathomable how humanity could treat this sinless God-man so cruelly. From the sight of his divine goodness, even stones would crumble to dust. I cannot understand why Christ appeared to me, for I see nothing good in myself, only passions and sins. I think that for the chance to glimpse him even for a moment in this life, one should willingly undertake all the struggles of the ascetics from the 1st century to the 20th. I, a wretch who saw him for less than 2 minutes, know that no amount of labor in this life could ever repay him. May the Lord have mercy on me. Please pray for me." When Costas finished translating the passage, we were deeply moved. But what struck us even more was that Elder Dionysios, who had surely heard this story countless times, sat beside us weeping. Though he did not understand our language, his heart resonated with the spirit of the words.